Welcome back, fellow adventurers. We're here with yet another ESO guide. In this guide, we chase down the Ring of the Pale Order, and let me tell you, from my own personal experience, it required quite a bit of patience. But lucky for you, we're coming at you with some tips on how to get them. But before we start, if you're the impatient type and just want to get to the info, you can cut to any of the sections where we cover the locations and ways to get them in the description down below. Now, the reason I say it requires patience is because with the release of Markarth, the world of Tamriel has been experiencing a slew of, well, let's say, less than desirable issues. In relation to the ring, unless they've already fixed it, the lead for the Pale Order's golden band doesn't refresh as often as intended, and for my own personal take, there seems to be a lower chance of having leads drop. Outside of that, though, is the biggest issue that this game has ever had. It's bigger than combat balance. It's more severe than a broken queue during the Undaunted event. What is it, you might ask? Well, the Divine saw fit to truly punish us by taking out our extra rations from soup pots. With all that and the slew of other problems going on, there seems to be no rest in sight. Well, at least until they do maintenance next.
You know who else isn't getting any rest?
Let me...
It was a rhetorical question, you twit. Don't answer. The Divines must have cursed me. Why do I always end up here? Why did I go wrong? My plan was foolproof.
Oh, that's easy. You see...
Please, not another story.
It all happened back at the guild. Oh, Rosalina, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Raynor, are you here to have me try another one of your sweet rolls?
Oh no, not today. But I do have some news that's just as sweet.
Oh, that sounds like very sweet news. Do tell.
We are having a small guild vacation up towards Western Skyrim.
Finally, the vacation I deserve. The only thing that can make this better is if, we didn't invite...
Shh, we are already ahead of you on that. We're telling everyone except, well, you know who. Just make sure not to let him find out.
Of course not. Robert won't ruin my plans this time.
This one needs a distraction from his studies. The books, they contain so many words. Biro has an idea. Entertainers. Have you seen Tara the Nimble, the tavern dancer?
She is one of the better dancers I've ever experienced. Maybe we could find a reason for her to come over.
She would be happy to come over for book club. Yes.
This one catches what you're saying. Go ahead and tell her about the guild trip. How's it going, Nars? What are you two talking about? Oh, Robert, it was nothing, right, Biro?
Birodar would love to explain, but fears you would find it all terribly boring.
You're probably right. You know what? I came across a little bit of moon sugar earlier. It might liven up this boring conversation.
A little moon sugar might make this more interesting, yes?
And that's when I told him his whole life was a misunderstanding.
Beyond me.
That sums up.
Come on, Rose, you got this. Drink.
You wouldn't believe how hard it was to find
too
this
good to
place.
last.
I'm finally here. Oh, no, my mid.
of
I
libation.
need a new cup.
What are you doing here? How did you find out? Our plan was foolproof. Who told?
Well, you know...
Moon sugar.
Sorry, Rose.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm sorry, Rose. It's time for you to be a team player.
What? Wait, what do you mean?
Robert,
Please.
have you heard about the Ring of the Pale Order? Not yet. Rose, go gather our things.
Not again.
Now that we have that all straightened out, let's get on to the first of our 5 stops to get this ring. And that first stop is right here in Bangkorai. And we're here to find that Aurmine Ancestral Signet. This lead is in any of the overland chests in this zone. There are several ways to go about this. The first is by picking your favorite delve or public dungeon in the area and running around those to collect the chests that spawn inside. This can be a good strategy, as these areas are smaller and easier to find the chests in. The second way is by running a chest loop on the overland. These can be a little tough to find and predict, but I found one that made my time finding this lead as easy as I could have ever hoped for. This particular loop is located on the right side of the map around Arlamaria's Sanctum. When I ran it, I started over here by the waterfall, where one can appear right here. After that, you can make your way up towards the ruins and take that left, and there you'll see a tower. You'll need to go inside and go around to the left of the wall in the back, where another chest will spawn, right here. Once you've gotten that, you'll want to head out of the tower and go straight up the stairs and take that right. And you want to go that way. But don't go too far, because another chest can appear right behind the wall by the stairs, right here. After that, continue on down this path and you'll end up in this little altar area. You'll want to check right behind this altar, as a chest can spawn right here. After sneaking a quick peek there, you'll want to head straight out this way and stick to the edge of the cliff. as another chest can spawn right over here behind this rock, right here. Then you'll need to be sure to enthusiastically yeet yourself right off this cliff and head straight up towards a little graveyard down this path. The next chest spawns in a location right by this tree, right here. With that, we're almost done. You want to make sure to come out of the graveyard and take that right and go up the stairs. And once there, you'll want to go straight through a little opening in the wall and take that left and go all the way down. This is where you'll see a little torch that leads to a cliffside area, and the last chest spawn location will be right here. From there, you can just bounce back and forth from these different areas and collect the chest until it appears. Though I must say, your experience may vary. This is not a perfect loot, but it served me well enough to get the lead. It took about 93 chests to get mine. If you run this and happen to beat my high score, be sure to come back and let me know in the comments down below.
And don't be lazy like Robert and leave things in the chest. Just take it all so that the next chest can respawn.
What? No, I've never done that.
Right. And I've never shot a man in the knee.
May a scamp strike me if I'm lying. Oh, son of a...
While Robert's dealing with his little white lie,
Stand still, you little...
let's move on to the next area, shall we? And that place happens to be in the Elegy Desert. The place is called Cold Rock Diggings. That's where you find the Direnni Elegy loop. And this cave is filled with creatures that will suck the life right out of you. Kind of like Robert. Come on, I'll take you inside. When you're done getting rid of the riffraff, do you want to go over here? Well, you'll find the Delve boss, and that will give you a lead. But that was easy work. I wonder if that twit's over in the next area yet.
This next area is over in Hrothgar, where we're going to collect the Onix accent stones. You can get this lead by taking on any of the world bosses found throughout this zone. I like to go to the boss located at the Accursed Nursery, for two reasons. The first reason is because it's really close to a way shrine, and the other is because I just can't resist the urge to crash a good party. Keep in mind, this is an area where having a group of people to fight these things is strongly recommended, as bosses down here tend to be built a little different. Once you and a few of your acquaintances enjoy a slight sparring session with the boss, make sure to dig deep in its pockets for that lead. And if it's not there, just move out and find another one till you get one. Now, if you've had the blessings bestowed upon you by the Daedric Prince of RNG and have not had too much time wasted from the previous leads, you'll be asking yourself, what was that whole talk about this lead requiring patience to get? Well, you're about to find out. This next area is notorious for being a little stingy with the drop rate. You'll want to head to Glenumbra and make your way down to the public dungeon, Bad Man's Hollows. This is where we're going to pick up the lead for the Order-Etched gallery rail. You get it by defeating any of the random enemies found within. You know what? Let me give you a couple of helpful tips that will make this grind a little easier. Tip number 1, bring a friend.
No wonder you forced me to come along. You don't have any.
With that extra person, you'll be able to move through the areas faster, and you'll also be able to loot the enemies your battle buddy takes down as well. Tip number 2, if there are any others in there with you and they're not part of your group, well, you might as well invite them into your group. This will ensure that when you or any of the other people that burn through this dungeon kill an enemy, you'll also be able to loot off them. Once that lead falls into your hands, you'll be ready to go get that final lead. If you felt all the other leads were tough to get, then you're in for a semi-pleasant surprise. You will need to go to the Reach. Then you'll need to head to the Archthazan Cavern within the Black Reach area. This is a treacherous journey, as you'll have to navigate the deep, luminous cavern, avoiding punchy plants, deceptive killer waterfalls, and a seemingly haunted castle called Night Hollow Keep. You'll need to work up the nerve to wander the halls of this place, and you'll want to navigate to this spot right here. And on this table, this is where you'll find your lead. Simply just walk up and grab it.
We have been weak for too long.
While of course ignoring the disembodied voices. This ring is amazingly useful. It not only comes with a standard bloodthirsty trait, but it also gives you the ability to turn 18% of damage you deal into health. Though with any mythic item, there is a downside, and this one makes it to where you can't get healed by no one but yourself. Despite this, it can be an extremely useful item that opens up a world of possibilities when it comes to the gear that you might want to run. Now you can literally get out there and thrive off other people's suffering. That wraps up another guide. Thank you for watching the whole thing, and we really enjoy making these unique guides for y'all to watch, and we hope you enjoy watching them. And if you really enjoy what we do here, why not go down below and leave us a like, maybe ring that bell, and consider subscribing, so that you're notified of all of our future guides and skits. Also, if there's anything particular you want to see, leave us a comment down below. And just in case we have made something you want to see, check out the playlist off to the side. And with that, we hope you have a happy new year, and see you soon.